In today's video, we're going to be breaking down Derrick Rose and what made this guy so unguardable in the NBA. He was easily one of the best guards to ever play the game. So let's get down, let's check out what he did to be able to do what he did. So let's get down, let's check it out really quickly. Make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. Okay, so really quick, coming on to this first clip that we're going to look at. This man able to see, or at least feel that there was a screen there. He was trying to cheat over top, and Derrick Rose noticed that. He quickly changed directions as soon as this man overplayed on his right side. He crossed through his legs to use his legs as protection against the steal, but also now has his shoulders facing the direction that he wants to go, same as his hips, his lead knee as well, and his foot. These two things right there, your knee and your foot, pointing in the direction as to where you want to go is extremely important. Also, getting your shoulders below your defender's shoulders is going to allow you to have leverage if you create contact on that defender. He never had to. He exploded really hard, only dribbled twice to get to that rim, and he was able to finish with contact. Notice on this last dribble, he doesn't officially gather the ball until he's in the air and off the ground, which means that he can still go 1, 2, and technically another step, but he was able to take those 2 steps. Some people may call this a travel, but it's not. That's only 2 steps, and then he used his whole entire body to protect that ball against that defender, and then he was able to finish on that left side. Now in this next clip, he quickly does a quick double cross through the legs. That gets that defender onto his heels. He then does a quick defensive slide out towards that left side and brings his right hand very close to his left without touching that ball. By bringing your offhand over top of the ball, as we see right here, sort of, that gets that defender into the air. He then crosses back over as soon as he sees that his defender leaves the air, and he attacks the rim hard. Remember that angle that I always tell about 40 degrees when attacking? That's his body. That's going to allow him to have leverage, especially with his shoulders below the shoulders of his defender, so that when he attacks, he has that leverage and can get to that rim. Now here's another amazing example. If you've got a lot of hops, what you can do. So on his gather, he lands first, right, then left. This will allow him to push himself towards that left side, but then use his core strength to be able to reach back around to stay away from that secondary defender. This is how you score on 3 players. Watch when he attacks the rim here. He keeps his hand up over top of the ball for a whole dribble. This is what you can do if this man was playing tighter defense to be able to get players off the ground, but because there was so much distance between himself and his defender, he just pulled up anyways for the mid-range shot. But with that hand over top, that can sometimes get defenders up into the air so that he can then drive past them and get right to the rim. And then also, to be able to finish like that, which is extremely hard, you need a lot of core strength. Without core strength, you're never going to be able to finish like that and have enough power to get that ball up off glass when you're on your way back down from your jump. That's a lot of core strength. Work your core every other day at the very least. Here he's reading his defender extremely well, and he makes him pay drastically. So here he does a quick shoulder fake in a way, almost just like a quick jab towards that right side to make that player, that defender, overplay the screen, because he basically cheats there and gives Derrick Rose the entire lane to the basket. And that's what we see right here. 1 dribble, and then he's able to then explode to the rim and destroy the rim badly. Now on this drive, he attacks on the right side, and what he does is obviously he still has his shoulders lower than his defenders, but he pushes off and gets his right foot extremely wide away from his body. This will allow him to create body contact and get in front of his defender. However, his defender didn't guard him all that tight on this drive, and he was able to finish on this left side. The reason why he finished on this left side most likely is because he didn't feel contact, which means that he probably thought that defender was coming on this side to block him. That's why he finished left. But this could also be why he did what he did with his injury. He planted extremely hard, extremely wide out on almost every single drive so that he could get his body in front of his defender. That takes a lot of stabilizing muscles. Yes, he probably had a really strong core, but this could potentially be why he tore his ACL and almost ended his career, and it did cut his career short. So while drives like this are very good, if you are not training your stabilizing muscles and you're doing this every single drive, especially at the high level, you better be careful, because that is not easy on your knees. He also really knew how to use screens extremely well. So here he comes off of a staggered screen. His man gets over the first one, which they normally do, and then he gets stuck on the second. As soon as he's seen that his man started going over top of that screen, that's when Derrick Rose attacked the basket, because now by attacking the basket, if your man goes over, he is now in jail. He is now behind you. So Derrick Rose pulled up for that mid-range shot over top of a very tall Dwight Howard. However, how he was able to get this shot off over Dwight Howard was that long hop, which allowed him to load things like his calves and his Achilles to be able to get up into the air much higher so that he has a higher release over top of Dwight Howard. Obviously, he was worried about Dwight Howard blocking his shot, but he was able to make it because of that load. And he did this a lot coming away from taller defenders, because that allows you to get up into the air much higher and, of course, hopefully make those shots. Make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.